Hey, how y'all doing? This is your boy Lord Thaddeus Craig. Alright, this one's going to be fairly straightforward. It is going to be about that submarine that went down right over the Titanic. There's some things to really think about when it comes to this mess. I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of it I think did happen. And it sucks that a lot of people are dead. However, I do believe that a lot of it was dragged on to distract from a lot of stuff that's going on right now. It's how they do things. Those in power, unfortunately. Now, we're probably wondering what I mean by that. Fairly simple thing. Supposedly, the sounds that were recorded by individuals and displayed through mainstream media, supposedly that was the sound of that thing imploding. And what I saw was, let's leave this through videos and different things that I've seen. I'm no expert on this stuff, but I also sat down and I listened to what a fellow that knows what he's talking about. He's actually very famous too. He's a well-known director. He's, of course, directed Terminator, Avatar, all that stuff. Very good director and very knowledgeable man. He himself knows quite a bit on the Titanic. Of course, he directed that movie, and he put a lot of research into how that worked out. So I think it's always been something he's kind of been obsessed with. And when you hear that little boy talking, you better pay attention. And he's saying kind of the same thing. He's basically saying that this was ridiculous, it didn't have to happen. And I agree, but you also have to understand what exactly is it that they're trying to distract us from. There's a lot of stuff right now. Supposedly, of course, you have what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. That's been going on for a while. But also, you have something that is something for concern, and that is supposedly you have rays from the sun now that are affecting stuff abnormally. And of course, what exactly does that mean? You have to understand something. The sun is a gigantic electromagnetic generator. And of course, the gravity that thing generates is what keeps us in the orbit on this planet of ours. This ball of dirt called Earth. You know what I'm saying? So my point is this. It is literally a gigantic generator of energy. And what can that stuff do? It can cut our internet, it can cut our power, and all kinds of stuff. There's something going on with that. Now, I'm not talking about climate change or anything like that. I'm talking about the planet getting hotter for a reason. The sun is going crazy as of late. You have abnormal temperatures. You have storms that are already starting to churn out, and from in the oceans. Thank God we're not seeing ain't nothing come down here in the Gulf. Knock on wood that it doesn't anytime soon. But my point is that you have a lot of weird activity going on. And to me, it seems like they're trying to distract us. The old bait and switch, like I said in the earlier video, the sleight of hand. So my point is this. It's definitely that they're up to something, and not something good. Of course, they never are. It's how things fall. I'm going to tell you this. Pay attention. Over the next few days, pay a lot of attention. Because there's something up. I'm telling you that right now. Now, back to the subject of this submarine. To me, I ain't going to say that something didn't happen. A lot of people are saying, I believe something happened. Because people think, billionaires, they wouldn't. Let me tell you something. I've come across people of wealth. Not billionaires or anything, but you have to understand something. I used to work at the airport years ago, before I even thought of doing what I do now. I was in my 20s. And let me tell you, of course, I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't make much more than minimum wage at the time. But let me tell you, I came across people who were fairly rich. And let me tell you something on that. Not all of them were very bright. I was going to say that most people I came across were pretty intelligent. But you had some people that were, how can I say this the best way? They had money and they knew how to spend it and definitely flaunt it. But they didn't have they didn't seem to be, trying to make sense here, they didn't seem to be very all gears running up here at times. So yes, I do believe it's possible that some billionaires, maybe they got tired of, things are mundane a lot of times in their lives. They're like, hey, let's go ahead and do something. So I believe that definitely something happened, and I do believe that they definitely went down there and they wanted to do something. You can't blame them for that. However, it was a poor choice of the people they did not, they were foolish enough to trust. That's where we go into, I do believe something happened. I believe that people were down there, and I do believe people got killed. I do believe that. Do I believe that they decided to drag this on as long as they could to keep us from seeing what could be going on, like the sun I told you about? Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Because you also have to understand something when it comes to the sun expand, like sending out pulses of energy like it is. It's almost like a nuclear weapon being detonated in our atmosphere or right above, let's say, the United States. Of course, it's going to kill all the power. No internet, no nothing. And of course, I admit, I'm kind of attached to my internet. I probably go crazy. If I saw it coming, that's one thing. Or you got to adjust. But I'm just saying, that means you don't have communication is the big thing right there. And what's going to happen? If everyone who is addicted to the internet and addicted to the ease of communication, addicted is the wrong word, reliant would be more important to say that. What's going to happen if you have all that taken away? Of course, you have your economic stuff goes to shit because the fact is, everything is reliant on internet. And then, of course, you have, just survival, communication, everything gone. So a lot of people don't carry cash anymore. Let's be honest, it ain't worth the trouble in many cases. And I'm going to be honest, that's something that is a detriment to a degree, but also at the same time, it makes things simpler. But you also have to understand, you can pay for that too. More ways than one. So then what's going to happen? I'm just saying, you're going to have people going nuts. People completely going bonkers. And of course, you have the elites looking down their noses at us. Yeah, we got you. We got us. We don't care about you. Think on these things. Distractions, it's tragedy, yes. You have to understand. When something like this they know already happened, and they're dragging it out to keep us looking this way, what's going on over here? That's all I'm saying. What is really going on? You have to take these things into consideration. Obviously, this video is going in the conspiracy corner. I wasn't planning on making this, but it was just something told that. I don't know. It was just my gut telling me to go ahead and definitely do something about this one. You guys know what I do. I produce for Dark Waters Entertainment. If you've had any cryptid sighting, or you have any conspiracies I'd like to hear about, or really anything else, supernatural, whatever, and you want to be heard, hit me up at Westvick, WESVICK, at IamDarkWaters.com. You guys be blessed and you be safe.